is over here begging for food because he's a little bit crazy. But that being said, I've got this really decadent, ooh, look at that. It's like really decadent mocha cafe that I made for myself because my wonderful boyfriend bought me an espresso machine for Christmas. So I am in absolute heaven. This is seriously the best thing that I've gotten. You're going to see chocolate on my lips here soon because I am. Oh, you guys, I don't know what to tell you. My stomach is tripping out. I don't have any words, but I'm so sorry. I would really like for my stomach not to act like this. Oh my God. Seriously. But it is what it is. I'm just going to have to move on with life, right? Okay. So while I tell you this hilarious story from the nail salon, I wanted to share like some of my favorite things to tap on and some of my favorite triggers on the mic. So, first, I got this. I save up my stars from Starbucks so that I can buy merchandise. Because when you get 400 stars, you can use that to buy merchandise. So that is what I did with this. This is really beautiful. I believe it's 12 ounces. It is 12 ounces. This is a 12-ounce travel mug. And it's so pretty with this beautiful purple color, but it is kind of sparkly. And I just love this little thing on the side. Now you can take this off. You can put this on your keychain. It's just for decoration, but I love the sounds that makes. I love it, and I like tapping on it. So I just thought it was so beautiful and so cute and purpley because purple is my gemstone. You can see my beautiful purple ring that is for my birth month. Yes, my little sunshines, I have a birthday coming up. So in less than a week, I will be turning the ripe old age of, I'm not going to tell you. Just suffice it to say I'm a lot older than I probably look. I don't care for that too much, but I also love to tap on random things like this Maracuja Juicy Lip. So I literally ran out of my favorite shade, which is the Rose. It is probably one of the most popular shades. I ran out. And then I had a travel size in my makeup bag. I pulled it out. I was using it when I went live on TikTok to do ASMR yesterday. And poof, it is gone. I have no idea where it went. I don't know what happened to it. I have searched high and low. Cannot find it. So I'm using this shade, which I believe is Strawberry. What is this? Strawberry? Raspberry. Nope, Strawberry. This is the Strawberry Maracuja Juicy Lip. It's just like the lip balm. And I like it because it is very balmy and it's very hydrating to the lips. And unlike a lot of other lip glosses or lipsticks, when I put them on, and I can taste them and they irritate my throat. This does not. It's one of the very few that does not irritate my throat. So I'm definitely in love with that. Also, guys, I love tapping on this. I love tapping on makeup brushes. This is my favorite makeup brush. Let me see, is it this way? There we go. That I just got a couple of weeks ago. I'm in love with this. This is the BK Beauty 101 foundation brush. It's got these slanted bristles that are so soft. I cannot begin to tell you. It is very densely populated with bristles, right? They're very short and then they taper up to a longer end. And when I tell you how soft this is, I can't even begin to describe. This stuff is amazing. I love it because when I go to apply my foundation, it doesn't hold on to the product. It literally applies it right to my face. And I've tested this theory out a couple of times where I'll put the foundation on, then I go, and you won't see a whole lot of foundation rubbing off. And I didn't clean this. I mean, it just literally does not retain a lot of product. It puts it on your face where you want it to be. It's amazing. And I love the way this sounds tapping on it. It's one of my favorites. I think this is becoming a brand new favorite of mine. Now, if any of you are followers of Oceans ASMR, then you know exactly what this is. She inspired me to get this, not only because I already use her Flawless Finish airbrush setting powder, and I absolutely love it. It is wonderful. I wear it just about every day now. I started with a small little trowel size. I mean, it was like tiny. It was like this big. It was so little, you know, like adorable. And this is it. I went and bought a full size of this. So pretty. And it is a pretty decent size amount of powder, and you can tell I use the crap out of this. I've used a lot. But what I also love about Charlotte Tilbury is these are refillable. So there's a little hole right back here. You just depress that like with a pin or safety pin or whatever, and it pops right out, and you can buy refills to put in here, which is a little bit cheaper. So I love that about Charlotte Tilbury. So I've been using this and absolutely love it. It's a little expensive, but I like to buy when there's discount coupons, or I can use some of my rewards points like from Sephora or Ulta. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. And this is what I love about it. Don't worry about the makeup bag that's sitting back there. Nobody needs to worry about that. What I absolutely adore about this is the fact that it makes these beautiful noises, but look how pretty this packaging is. It's all just gorgeous. This is a large palette, so you get a lot of product. I apologize for my stomach. I'm just going to say that right now. You get a lot of product, and look how gorgeous that is. It's so pretty. Now again, this is the same. It is refillable. So there's a little hole back there. You depress that like with a pen or something. You can push this out when you're all finished, and they sell refills, which is a little bit cheaper than buying the whole thing. And it's gorgeous. This is the light shade, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's going to be dark enough. And then I put it on, and I was like, oh, that's perfect for me. I think I would love to go back and get the medium just to use for like even more for contouring and stuff. I don't know yet, but I do use my bronzer like a contour instead of using contour. But if you follow Oceans ASMR, then you've heard her do this. And I love this. It just sounds so beautiful. Plus, it's just so gorgeous and so well put. Now, I have not had any problems with Charlotte Tilbury makeup. I do know that these are completely non-comedogenic. They don't contain any ingredients that will clog pores, which is super awesome. Okay, guys, so I want to tell you the story about my nails. So, about a week ago, I've been wearing press-on nails, okay, for the last 6 months since I really started getting into ASMR. And before that, I would do dip powder on my natural nails, and they were quite a bit shorter because I've never been able to get them like this long before. But I would use dip powder, and I would go to a salon and get that applied, and then I thought, oh, this is getting so expensive. I can't do this every few weeks. So I found one of those dip powder kits, and I bought it, and I started doing my own nails at home. And then I got into ASMR, and I wanted some longer nails, so I decided to start wearing press-ons. Sorry, I really need to have some coffee. What I found with the press-ons was typically they didn't have the kind of staying power that acrylics do. They're okay, and you can get them to last. Like I could get a pair to last for a week, 2 weeks at the tops. But I'm very hard on my nails, and I fidget a lot with my nails, so I'm constantly, it's a tactile thing about feeling the nails, the sensation of just kind of feeling them. I'm really hard on them, so they did not hold up very well with that. Plus, with cleaning and typing and all of that, they just did not hold up. So I decided to go treat myself at a nail salon and get some acrylic nails. So I went into the salon. I've never been before. I did not make an appointment. It was a last minute thing. My other nails had come off and I just needed to put some new nails on. And I said, that's it. I'm just going to go get these done. So I found a salon that had an opening. And I did not make an appointment. I just called beforehand. I went in. I waited a little bit. Got seated. Got my nails done. Beautiful, right? I picked out what I wanted. I said I wanted a full set of acrylics. And I found this beautiful ombre shade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And they sparkle. So I went in. And I got these nails put on. And the nail technician, I couldn't fully understand everything that she said, which I think is the case with a lot of nail salons. They are foreign and English is a second language, and so sometimes I find it much more difficult to understand some of them, not all of them, but some of them, and so I definitely struggle to understand her. It's very awkward. It makes it kind of awkward, and you kind of, because you don't know if they're understanding you when you talk too. Like some of the stuff that we say, maybe it's harder for them to understand if they don't speak English very, very fluently. So anyway, so we got everything done. We got through everything pretty well okay. When she was getting to this now, and it is mostly healed up now, she got the acrylic on and then she was filing down the nails and she just went in super aggressive, and it was a lot worse a week ago, but she just cut, like, the friction from filing the nails so hard just broke through the skin, and I was bleeding in the salon. I was like, I stopped and said, ow. And I went to look and I was like, ooh, that's bleeding. And she was like, and she was just kind of, I could tell she was kind of trying to, gloss over it. Like, oh, that's no big deal. I hope she doesn't give me a bad review or whatever. So that wasn't great. But then when she got to these thumbnails, she got over here to this one and I could see her filing and filing and filing. She was using that like electric filer that buffs out the nail, right? Buffed. And she buffed it super thin. It was so thin and it did not match this other nail, and I was just not happy about it. Not to mention the fact that she cut me. It just kept bothering me because I absolutely love for things to be completely symmetrical. I'm absolutely not okay about it. I'm a little bit of a Karen that way. It drives me crazy. I don't necessarily like that about myself, but I also know that if it's going to bother me and I spend so much money to have them done, that I should have them done the way that I want. She did everything the way that I expected acrylics to be done. She did the nail tips. She did all the prep, and then she picked up, she had a little jar of monomer, and she had her acrylic brush and the paper towel and the acrylic powders, because there's two that you use for this because it is ombre. And she went in and she would dip her brush in the monomer, and then she'd pick up a bead of acrylic and she would put it on, starting with the white and then ending with the pink, and then just kind of brushing that out. Beautiful, beautiful job. It was all perfect. So I went home. The next day I called and said, I'm not completely satisfied with this. Can I come back in and have this nail fixed? Would that be possible? And they were like, oh, sure, you want to come in tonight? And I said, no, I actually have plans tonight. I can't come in, but what about tomorrow night? Can I just get an appointment? Sure, fine, whatever. They give me an appointment. I'm ready to go back in the next day, so I go in the next day to the salon. I don't see the girl that worked on me. Honestly, I didn't even get her name. I don't even remember if she told me her name. She might have, but I didn't get it. And I couldn't remember who she was. I did not see her immediately in the salon. And so they came out and looked at it, and the first thing that happened was the owner of the salon, this male, came and looked at my nails, and I was showing the girl at the front desk. Apparently he could not see what was my problem. And I had taken pictures. I'd showed it to my boyfriend. I'd showed it to some other people. I said, guys, this doesn't look right. And they were like, yeah, that doesn't look 100%. I think, besides that she cut your finger, it's probably not okay. And he just looked at me like I was crazy. Like, this girl must be absolutely nuts. I don't understand why she's in here, right? I did feel like a bit of a Karen at that. What became so comical? How do you say that word? What was so comical? Was he came over and asked me. Then somebody else came over and asked me about my nails. And they kept asking me, who was your nail tech? Who was your nail tech? And I'm like, I don't remember. I really don't. I was a walk-in. I did not make an appointment. I don't remember her name. I don't remember getting her name. Do you see her here? I looked around. I didn't see her. I was like, no, I don't. And after getting asked about 10 times what was wrong with my nails, who was my nail tech, whatever, because I'm sure they were trying to find her to fix my nails. And I just didn't have the information. They finally sit me down with the woman who is apparently married to the owner. And she sits down, she's looking at my nails. And she said, and I was explaining to her what happened. And she said, well, that's what happens. I'll do this in her accent so that it makes more sense to you guys, but because it is very comical, not because I'm making fun of anybody. She said, yeah, that dip powder, that how the dip powder do. It doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm looking at her like, dip powder? I said, no, I didn't get dip powder. And she goes, that dip. And I said, no, I got acrylic. And she's looking at me like I'm crazy, like I have 3 heads. And I said, can you just build it up a little bit more? Because it's just, she filed it down too thin. I'm just not happy about it. And so she pulls out this clear dip powder in a jar. And she proceeds to file down my fingernail. This nail. First she was going to do something with this. I said, I don't want this filed down. This is perfect. I want this one built up. So she files it all down, and then she proceeds to prep it just like she's doing dip. And I've had dip powder. I have actually applied dip powder to my nails, so I am very familiar with this process. She goes through the process. She dips my finger in the clear dip powder a couple of times, brushes it off, and I thought this was kind of strange because I didn't even get dip, but whatever, maybe that's how they build the nail. Like, I don't know. And then she goes to get this polish to put over top, and I said, what are you doing? And she said, putting polish. And I said, where's the UV lamp? And again, she looks at me like I've got 3 heads. And I said, when I got these nails done, she put a gel polish over top and cured them under a UV lamp. And she's just looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, we don't do that with dip. And I'm like, I told you this wasn't dip. So she obliges. And she gets out and she takes the polish that she was about to put out. She gets the gel, she puts that on, she cures it. And while I'm talking to her, I said, listen, what's the process to come? How long do people usually wait to come do fills on these nails? She goes, oh no, we don't fill. We don't do fill, that dip. We cannot fill that. I said, this isn't dip, this is acrylic. And she's very insistent. This is dip. This is not acrylic. I'm like, okay, right. And she says, what you need to get is a coillage. And I said, what? And she said, a coillage. And I just looked at her and I said, a coillage? And she said, a coillage. And I repeated back to her, like back and forth, to make sure I understand. A coillage, yes. And then she says, yes, you need a coillage. I'm like, a coillage. I said, okay, is that like in your brochure? She again looks at me like I'm crazy, and I'm completely confused because I honestly don't understand what type of nails those are, and I never heard of them before, and I'm like, what is an coillage nail? But she kept repeating it, I need a coillage, so I'm like, okay. And hilariously, even more comical, is this woman comes in to sit a couple of chairs down from me, and she's getting dip nails. She's getting her dip powder on her nails. And she looks at me and says, "Oh, those are very pretty." And I said, "Thank you. They are very gorgeous. I love the way they look." And I said, "But I think the next time I'm going to have to come back and get a different kind of nail, because as I was learning just now, these aren't the correct nails. I need to get something called a coiffage." And this woman looks at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, "What is going on here? Why is everybody looking at me like I'm got 3 heads coming out of my neck? Like, I don't understand it." She's literally looking at me crazy. I'm like, "Okay." So when we're all finished with my nails, and believe it or not, this woman looked at my nails and she just went and took all of the polish off all the tops. She did some more filing down. She did some more buffing, and she then put polish on all of them, and I had to cure under the UV lamp. So I get up to the front desk, right, and I'm asking for a brochure. So I go to grab a brochure, and I'm over there looking around trying to find where this aquilage is that I'm supposed to come in and get, because I have no idea. And I can't find it. I'm looking. And the girl at the front desk, who's the only native English speaker in the whole place, and she's like, "What can I help you with?" And I said, "Well, I'm looking for this aquilage nails, because that's what she said I need to get." And now she's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, "What is going on?" So the woman who had fixed my nails comes up to the front, and I was showing her these, acrylics, and she goes, "No, that not acrylic, that," oh, she didn't even say acrylic. She says, no, that dip. And I'm like, "No, this is acrylic." And the girl at the front desk is looking at my nails, and she's like, "Yeah, looks acrylic." And the lady behind her is like, no, that dip. So she looks at him again, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that is dip." And I said, "Okay." I said, "So what is it that I'm supposed to be getting?" And the girl says, "Aquilage." The girl at the front desk looks at her and then goes, "Acrylic." And I'm like, she goes, "Acrylic, you need acrylic." I said, "That's what I got." They're like, "No, you got dip." And I said, I'm like, "So I can't come get these filled?" "No, that dip, we don't do fill on dip." I'm like, "Okay, so I need acrylic, but this is not what I got." "That's right, you did not get acrylic." "Okay." And I'm explaining to them like how much it cost, how much she charged. I told them exactly how much she charged. Yeah, I think that's dip. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. So come home with these aquilage nails that apparently are actually acrylics that I had no idea. I'm at home. I'm just so flustered by the whole thing and feeling so confused and not understanding what just happened, because I never said I wanted dip nails. I never picked out dip nails. I had no idea what was going on. And I'm going through this brochure that they gave me, right? This beautiful brochure. And lo and behold, I find under acrylic, I find solid powder acrylic, full set, fill in ombre. That's exactly what I got. Full set of ombre. And you can get a fill on the ombre. They are acrylic nails, two-tone acrylic in which light color gradually blends into the darker color. I am floored. It's the exact price that I was charged. The fills are a little bit cheaper, and quite clearly I can go get this filled in. I am floored. I am shook. Now I'm like, oh my God, I feel so gaslit, because I swear they were so intent on making me believe that what I actually got was dip powder that you cannot get filled and is not acrylic. And like I didn't get gel on top, because no, we don't do that with dip. I know what they do with dip. I used to do dip, and I'm like, of course they don't do that with dip. This isn't dip. So incredible, the comedy of it all, and just the hilarity of what I believe was just complete miscommunication and a lack of understanding with this language barrier. I felt somewhat vindicated, though, finding this brochure and realizing that, hey, I did get what I said I got, and I am not crazy. I am not crazy. So, say all that to say, I've decided not to go back to that nail salon for my nails. And it's nothing against them. I'm sure they're really wonderful, but the language barrier was just too steep for me. Plus the fact that, she was really aggressive with my nail and filing it down. It just didn't feel very comfortable. The most important thing to me in getting any service done, whether it's hair, nails, whatever, is that I feel comfortable communicating clearly what it is that I want, what it is that I'm looking for, and that I also can feel just as comfortable that they understand exactly what I am saying and exactly what I want, and that there's no confusion, because I did feel like there was this comedy of errors ensuing, that there was so much miscommunication and complete misunderstanding of what happened and what I got and what was what. And so that said, they are gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, they are gorgeous. They're very beautiful. But that whole encounter just left me feeling like, wow, okay. So I'm going to go, I think for my birthday, that's the goal. My birthday is in a week, to get new nails put on. And I think I'm going to go with some nice classic French tips, maybe with a Valentine's Day heart or something on them. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But that said, moving on, I wanted to do a trigger for you guys. This is a trigger that I really like. I do it on my live, but I have this beautiful makeup brush that I only use for triggers. It's so soft. I mean, look at that, guys. That right there is so satisfying to see and to watch. Look how beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to show you what I do. I'll probably move this camera lens down a little bit so you can see how I do it, because I've got my microphone right here. Alright, just bear with me. There we go. Now, I love using tape on the mic, so this is just some plain Scotch tape, okay? Oh, I love this stuff. This is one of my favorite triggers. It almost sounds like a crackling fire. That's what I love about it. It's just gorgeous. And then I do one more piece of tape because I love it. For the mic. And then I really like to brush the mic with this brush. I love the way that sounds. I get tingles listening to this. It's so soothing. Plus, I really love pink, so I'm just looking at all of this pink and I'm so excited. So I love the brush sounds on the mic and the tape, which is another favorite of mine. I have this entire organizer drawer set that I put all of my triggers in for when I go live on TikTok, and all my stuff is in there. And here's something else I really like to do. Give me a second. I love peeling the tape off the mic. I love that sound. is one of